Hey, what to do, y'all? What to do? I'm gonna try to keep this video very short, sweet, to the point, because I'm trying to prove a point. You know, destruction, it doesn't take much and it doesn't take long for you to destroy something, but it does take you a long time to build something. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's quicker to destroy something than it is to build something. So I'm trying to keep this video short for a reason. I'm trying to keep this video short on purpose. So one thing, you know, with this idea that I have, being hashtag building challenge, my thing is that it's, and everybody talks about building. Okay. This is called the building challenge. It's not called the built challenge. You know what I'm saying? So that means that, yes, you're talking about building, but nothing has been built yet. But you have people that expect things to be built. Okay, so how are you going to build something if you expect something to already be built? That's my thing, and that's the problem I see, that a lot of people just don't really think, So one aspect of, when she's not building with a man is, yes, it goes back to a previous video that I did about when she is actually building with you. I brought up kind of the antonym of when she's building with you is actually when she's expecting for things to be already built, which, yeah, that's far from the truth. Okay, so she's expecting things to be built. Another reason and another way of how she's not building with the man is when she simply is not doing her part, as far as what her role is in regards to what the building is. It's not that she's actually per se building hands-on, unless the man may want her assistance in certain areas. It could just more or less be that she's not she's not helping him. She's not actually being his helper. Okay, she doesn't want to be his helper. Another way she's not building with the man is she's constantly disagreeing with the man. She doesn't like his views on things and on life, his outlook on life and things like that, or the way he's going about living his life. She doesn't like the way he live his life. He should have certain things already. She denies him contact as far as a phone call, a text message, intimacy. She just doesn't support him. She tries to tear him down, like, tearing down a building. Okay, so that means, she just continues to try to just try to talk down like he's not doing enough. Okay, that's another way of her not building with you. So and this idea of a vision, as I've said in previous videos, what you're building is a vision, not a relationship. So a lot of times when people think of vision, they think vision is something that's before you already, which that's far from the truth. Vision is more or less things that come along the way. You may have an idea of what you may want to do, but things change as time goes on. The most important thing one can do is move forward in a direction that you want to go, and then you'll see what comes along the way. A lot of times you just want to make sure you're, fellas, you want to make sure you're basically around a woman that's willing to go with you, and don't, no matter what it looks like up ahead, she knows that you're a positive man and you're trying to move in a forward direction. She's just going to support your endeavors. So that's part of building the vision. There's not no grandiose plan on, everything. It's just more or less, that you got a lot of love for her, and you're gonna make sure she okay, and she understands that, and she's just gonna support you, and she actually likes a lot of the things that you like, or she just likes that you like those things, or that you like the things that she likes. That's all part of building the vision. Okay, but on the opposite end, she doesn't support anything that you like. She doesn't. So without saying much, this gives y'all an idea of how she's not building with you. And the video went a little longer than I thought. I try to make this a little shorter, but just to prove my point about how, yeah, this is how she's not building with you. She's going to quickly try to destroy what's built, or what could be built per se. And there's different levels to this, and I'll actually in the future talk more about the destruction of the building, because yes, there are many different levels to this. Okay. But yeah, I guess just to summarize, yeah, she doesn't support the man and the way he lives his life. She's not staying in touch with him. You know, she's not nurturing him. Okay, yeah, that's the main thing I wanted to bring up to wrap this video up. She's not nurturing him. You know, after a man works so hard, he's going to want a break. You know what I'm saying? He's going to want to be refreshed. You know, he's going to want to be nourished. He's going to want to be nurtured. And she's not doing her part. Like, you know, you would literally see a man that's building a house or building a ship. He's going to take a break. He's going to have a decent woman around, whether she's helped him with partial building by making sure he has the materials, or when he's taking a break, she's going to have a meal for him. She's going to have refreshments. She's going to nurture him. She's going to hold him, be intimate with him, per se. She's not there for him. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, you know, a lot of these chicks, when they talk about building, a lot of them expect for things to be built already, which is totally not what building is about. You know, they have this backwards. So a lot of her backwards ways will prevent her from actually building with a man. And she, in essence, doesn't understand what building is all about. And that's how she will destroy this idea of what building is, by just what she says alone, you know, by just a lot of things that she doesn't say either, you know. And this is, in many ways, how you know she's not building with you. And this is just one way. There may be other ways I may bring up as time goes on. Signing out.